Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special edition of PWR Primetime here on a Wednesday night. Damian Nelson along with David Hero here on August the 16th, and we are coming up on the weekend that is the biggest party of the summer, David Hero. SummerSlam from New York City, which is why we're bringing you this extra bonus show, if you will. It is Be the Booker.
It is Be the Booker. It is Be the Booker.
12 matches on the card as of this taping, David Hero. 12.
Is that more than WrestleMania had?
6 for Raw, 6 for SmackDown. That is a great question. We'll have to put our researchers on that. Our researchers on
I'm
that.
sure they'll tell us in a few moments.
Well, folks, let's get right down to it. It's a stacked and loaded card, and what you know here that we do on Be the Booker is we look at the match as it is announced, and we fantasy book it, if you will. Actually, he fantasy books it, and if he gets it right, then it is a proper prediction. However, if it doesn't end up that way, it wasn't a prediction. So let's go to it.
It's never a prediction. I don't predict anything.
It's never a prediction. You don't predict anything.
No,
so
I don't.
If any of these matches go right and you start taking credit for it on your little Twitter page,
then
I can just play those words you just said as reason
I'll be like, wow, creative, watch the show and they got it right.
Sure. So let's talk about the Raw matches first of all. And a matter of fact, a big change this past Monday night on Raw as a brand new Cruiserweight champion was crowned in Tozawa. And now Neville will try to get his championship back, or the championship he sees as his, back Sunday at SummerSlam on the pre-show.
Does anybody have better facials than Tozawa?
I'm sure some probably do.
Who would have thought Tozawa? You know, Neville has been the backbone of 205 Live. He is the MVP of 205 Live. He's the best. He is the king of the cruiserweights. He is the best part about it, and he puts over clean Tozawa.
Well, how about we talk about that on primetime, but let's talk about what's going to happen on Sunday.
I'm talking about Be the Booker.
Okay.
I'm doing all this, and Neville needs to get his crown back.
No, it's a belt.
But he's the king of the cruiserweights.
Yes.
You can do more things with Neville, and if Neville doesn't win, which I think he should win, I think he's going to win, then send him up to the main roster, because what he's done deserves a main roster Raw or SmackDown run.
Really?
And then you can send somebody else down, like, what's his name?
Who?
Enzo Amore. Gable, he's 202 pounds. Why isn't he in 205 Live?
By the way, Rusev threw him around this past Tuesday night on SmackDown.
Yes.
Hell, that was just last night on SmackDown. But let's move on to the next matchup, David Hero. And the endorsed Finn Balor will unleash his inner demons, and the demon will return to face Bray Wyatt after the shenanigans this past Monday night on Raw, which we'll talk about on primetime. But this matchup now, you've got a character versus a character.
Which means that Finn Balor can't beat Bray Wyatt. He has to be the demon to beat him.
What would you do, David Hero? What would you do if your son was at home, laying on the floor, laying in his room on the floor with, because he's hungry.
Yeah.
And the only way to feed him is to sleep with a man for a little bit of money. What would you do?
He'd lose a few pounds. I mean, come on.
No, here's what you're doing, and your little narrative is. And keep in mind, I'm on edge this week after all the shit that has happened. So don't press my buttons.
The South is not going to rise again. Relax. It's all going away.
What you're attempting to do here with your little comment earlier about sending somebody down was about how Finn Balor is a cruiserweight, and now the
I never once said
can't
that.
beat Bray Wyatt.
I never said
be
that.
The demon.
I never said that.
Now you believe that as the demon, he will beat Bray Wyatt. On Sunday at SummerSlam.
Special attraction. But Finn Balor can't beat Bray Wyatt one-on-one. He has to be the demon to do it. and prove me wrong. Tell me I'm wrong on that.
I don't think they've had a match that's actually ended properly in the last couple of weeks on Raw, so I don't have enough evidence to give you an answer on that at this time.
The peoples out there know I'm speaking the truth. They know that I'm right, deep down in their hearts.
Isn't that a gang? Peoples?
Peoples? I don't know.
Here in Milwaukee, that was a gang. It was the people. And
how would I know that?
You should know that.
I grew up in the suburbs.
You consider yourself schooled and cultured and streetwise.
I am very cultured. I have been drinking kombucha like no other.
Kombucha?
Yeah, it's a fermented tea probiotic. It's amazing. It's great for your skin.
Finn Balor wins, but why?
No.
Realistically.
The Demon wins because he's the Demon. If it's Finn Balor, then Bray Wyatt wins.
Next matchup is Big Cass versus The Big Show. Enzo Amore is going to be suspended in a shark cage high above ringside. What do you say, David Hero?
Why do you put a babyface in a cage?
Why do you give him 30 minutes, which felt like an hour and a half?
So here's what I'm thinking. I think it's a way to set up the Big Show. Maybe Enzo is in on it with Big Cass. And they want to make a name for themselves because they've done nothing. And maybe Enzo screws the Big Show by dropping something down from the cage and Big Cass gets it. Which then allows Big Cass to beat the Big Show in the Big Apple.
Something has to happen in this match, correct? To give some steam to this fizzling story? We know why it's happening. So Big Show's going to make Big Cass that much better.
Nobody can tell me why Enzo is in a shark cage.
Oh, so he doesn't interfere in the match?
But why would he? He's a babyface. He shouldn't interfere.
But he wants to get revenge on Cass.
Well, then he should fight himself.
He has proven that isn't necessarily
very ineffectual. That's why 205 Live is a perfect situation for him.
You know, we've got some comments and feedback Friday that some people have some questions for you about your decision or comparisons of Enzo to some other current superstars in WWE, and also being sent down to 205 Live.
Oh, okay, great. I can't wait for that.
I'm sure you can't.
Don't get hot. Just, you know what? Summer's almost over. Fall's coming. Relax, bro.
The WWE Raw Women's Championship will be on the line as Alexa Bliss defends against Sasha Banks. This matchup should be quite entertaining.
Oh, it'll be great. They will do a lot of amazing things, and to be honest, for me, it's a coin flip because either girl can win right now. What is that for? It's just, Bliss has been fantastic.
She's great. She's absolutely fantastic. And the absence of Charlotte on this card, by the way, makes her that much better.
Sasha Banks has fizzled.
After that tremendous matchup on Monday that we'll talk about on primetime? Well, actually, all she did was get her ass beat in that matchup.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a tough one.
You're right. Banks has fizzled. There's no doubt. People may not want to admit it, but she's not as meaningful as she was after the...
You know what? You got to go with Bliss. You really do, because I still believe that there's big money in Alexa Bliss against Nia Jax.
Next up, folks, Cesaro and Sheamus will be defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against the reunited, and it feels so good, Dean Ambrose.
Did you see when they did the Power Twins activated gimmick? When
Seth Rollins, I did see that.
That was people love that.
They do. How about this matchup, though?
So you have two former world champions against a former world champion and a former U.S. champion who are now the current tag team champions. You would like to believe that Ambrose and Rollins should win easily. You'd like to believe that.
Took them a long while to get to where they got on Monday, though.
But now they're Batman and Robin again, aren't they?
Which one's Batman? Which one's Robin?
Rollins is Batman.
Why?
Well, because I could see Ambrose wearing the green booties more than Rollins.
Well, Rollins does wear a belt, I believe, as part of his wrestling gear.
Yeah. Huh.
You don't like this? Well, we'll talk about the reuniting of the Shield, if you will, on primetime.
You know what, though? But it makes sense for Ambrose and Rollins to win. Doesn't mean they're going to win the tag belts, but they need to win. Because right now, there's nothing for either one of those two guys to do. There's no program for any one of them. Unless you want to go with Joe against Ambrose. Because that hasn't happened yet.
It'll be a good match.
It would be.
Ending things on the Raw side of things for SummerSlam will be what is the main event for the show.
Which is called 305 Live. Because every guy is almost 300 pounds.
Is it a fatal four-way? It is a four-way because it's not elimination. Whoever wins, wins.
Yes.
And the competitors going up against Brock Lesnar for his WWE Universal Championship are Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman. These guys are going to get physical on Sunday.
It's going to be so brutal because we saw how physical Reigns and Strowman have been. We know how physical Joe is. We know how physical Brock Lesnar is. It's going to be a car crash, and this match should end the show. It should.
Probably will.
It better. And Brock Lesnar is going to prove to the world that he is the Universal Champion by winning.
Well, the stipulation that has been announced, and I'm not sure fully accepted, is that if Brock Lesnar does not win, according to his advocate Paul Heyman, he leaves WWE.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Brock needs to win this match. He needs to, because you put all that time and effort into him and Goldberg to put the belt on him there. okay? And then he beats Joe in a 7-minute match. You got to get your money's worth out of him. And the money match will be Strowman and Lesnar the following month at the next pay-per-view.
Because Strowman could have Lesnar,
yes,
but not win the match because of interference by one of the other 2 participants.
Agreed.
So your big boy Strowman, who you're in love with nowadays,
yes,
does not win at SummerSlam.
No, he does not. Brock Lesnar retains at SummerSlam.
Folks, that is the Raw side of things. We are going to take a time out when we come back. It's the SmackDown division, if you will, here on Be the Booker for WWE SummerSlam.
Collar and elbow bouts usually began as a contest of balance. The opening position or stance featured the hand and arm positioning which gave the wrestling style its name. Contestants faced one another, each placing one hand on his adversary's shoulder and gripping his adversary's forearm with his other hand. This establishes the opening box, prevents bull-like rushes or throat grabs, minimizes disadvantages in height or arm's reach, and prevents deft footwork. Here, the champion squares off with the challenger. Each holds the stance until his opponent forces or permits him to break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report here on a Primetime Extra Special Edition.
It's so special.
Be the Booker for WWE SummerSlam, which is Sunday on the WWE Network. We've talked about the Raw matches, folks, but now
the blue brand
to the Blues, and let's talk about SmackDown. And first up on SmackDown, it is Randy Orton versus Rusev. This match, I'm actually intrigued by, David Hero.
Rusev has been great. He hasn't done anything special, but he's been great.
Yeah.
He's not beating anybody.
Right.
Came back, didn't beat John Cena, had a hell of a match. Him and Randy Orton should be another great match, and I would like to see Rusev win. But it's hard to say. You know, Orton got the RKO.
Out of nowhere.
And that was the best one he's done in a while.
The microphone.
Because it was really out of nowhere. You know?
Your marker's right there.
Al took it. No, Willie.
Should you be using a different marker right now?
Well, yeah.
We switched brands.
Oops.
Lost. Clueless. No idea where he is, folks. You think you're still in Grafton, don't you?
Yes. Red.
Yes, you are.
You gotta go with Rusev. He needs it.
Yeah, Orton could.
Here's why. Because Rusev needs a world title match eventually. And he gets it by beating Orton. Orton put over Jinder Mahal for the last 3 pay-per-views. What's one more? It's not going to hurt his stock.
Next up, folks, it is the New Day versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. This has been a heated battle between the two teams for several weeks, if not months now.
It's been good banter back and forth. Both teams are at the top of their game. I like the Usos, though. You like the New Day?
No, I'm just circling the members of the Nelson family.
Oh, well, okay.
Because, you know, it's a 20-point race right now.
I know, I'm still winning. I'm winning in all the polls.
No, I was talking about race. In the race here, it is 20 points difference between us.
Why is it
Next matchup, folks, is Naomi versus Natalya. Naomi defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Natalya. We got an impressive win this past Tuesday on SmackDown that we'll talk about on Primetime tomorrow.
Natty had a great win on SmackDown.
When's the last time Natalya's been champion?
It's been a few years.
Is she due?
I don't think it's going to matter because I think there will be a cash-in. You know, I mean, they pretty much said
Carmella.
That with
Yes.
Carmella cashing in. But Naomi's she's been fantastic. And that's where the money is. I don't see any money in a Carmella Natty program as opposed to a Carmella
Really?
Glow Girl.
Really? Well, Ellsworth is back. He has served
back.
his term, if you will.
How about that?
I enjoy it.
Are you an Ellsworth guy?
I find him to be very entertaining in his current role, yes. Yes, absolutely. He looks completely ridiculous.
He was a
and I love every minute of
$250 a night job guy, an extra.
And you're jealous.
No,
you're jealous.
I'm not. I think it's great.
Because you hate it.
No.
You love it, but you hate it.
But
Deep down, you hate it.
I don't hate.
Should I check with you on Monday?
Sure.
See if your comments change and then check with you again on Tuesday?
Yes, but please do that. And
I'll check with you Saturday first.
Oh, that'll be teleprompted. Come on. No, but now look at him. He's going to be in video games and action figures. He'll get his own little Funko Pop head pretty soon.
He goes from nobody creating him as a wrestler to potentially being on the roster of the wrestler in the video game.
Amazing. Good for him.
It's great.
This next match will be interesting, though.
It is AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. AJ's United States Championship will be on the line. And the shenanigans should be plentiful, as Shane McMahon will be the special guest referee in this matchup. The title's gone between both guys over the last couple of weeks and months. But now this dynamic of Shane McMahon being the referee,
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all because here's why. Right now, the match is supposed to be about the U.S. Championship. And now it's who's going to punch Shane McMahon first.
Well, they sort of went over that on SmackDown this past Tuesday. Whether it's accidental or purposeful.
But now the gimmick of the match is now Shane. It's no longer the title.
Okay.
He's the focus.
Yeah, and how is that a problem?
Because it should be about the title.
The title don't matter?
Shane is overshining the match.
Well, I mean, he's Shane O'Mac.
Yes.
Man, damn it.
He's the biggest star in the ring of those three.
What? Really?
You don't think he is?
What do you mean by star?
He has a bigger name power. More people know who Shane McMahon is over Kevin Owens and AJ Styles.
Leave that up for debate.
Okay.
I'm leaving it up for debate.
All right, that's fine. You can debate that all you want. You know,
I didn't say I was going to debate. I said I'll leave it up for
AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. It's a great match. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fantastic. But it's been fantastic.
But it's the point where I don't want to see it again because they've had so many of them. But you got to go with AJ.
Retaining the championship.
Yeah.
Because it's evident that Shane should screw him, but they made it less evident this past Tuesday on SmackDown that would be evident.
Yeah, because then Kevin Owens and Shane can go into something together.
Folks, John Cena will go one-on-one with the man who cashed in this past Tuesday night on SmackDown, but did not quite win the championship. Baron Corbin versus John Cena one-on-one at SummerSlam.
And I think we're going to see a very vicious and violent and destructive Baron Corbin.
We have to, don't we?
We do. And John Cena, I mean, SummerSlam, his record at SummerSlam isn't great. He's put over Daniel Bryan, he's put over Brock Lesnar. Last year I forgot who he worked with at SummerSlam, but boy, it's a youth movement. And if Corbin failed his cash in and then can't beat John Cena, then he drops down a few more pegs. Corbin has to beat John Cena. He does, to get him back into the title picture for the SmackDown Live Championship.
How does he beat John Cena?
It doesn't matter.
Does it?
No, he can cheat to win.
Do you think he will?
Absolutely.
Would you have him cheat to win?
Absolutely.
To do what? What's the reason for that?
Because John Cena basically cost him his cash in. He got involved in his match.
Well, but he cashed in during the matchup with Cena.
No, the match was over. The match was disqualified. It was disqualification.
The match had not ended when he cashed in. Both men were out, and he came and did the run in.
Doesn't matter. I'm right.
Which left an opening for Cena to get involved.
Yes.
Makes sense, yes.
So that's why. Which then brings us to our SmackDown main event, which I just don't understand at all the same.
Jinder Mahal will defend his World Heavyweight Championship against the #1 contender, ladies and gentlemen, Shinsuke Nakamura. This is the SmackDown main event for SummerSlam. Two key things. Mahal has made it further than many people out there thought he would, but he made it not against Cena, as I agreed with you he would at this show, but against Nakamura.
It's going to be a good match because Jinder Mahal can go, and he wants to prove that he belongs in that upper card, you know. And then there's Nakamura, who's the favorite to win, safe to say. I can't believe it. Here we
go, folks. Oh,
but
what are you about to do?
Nakamura.
Really?
Nakamura, yeah.
Really?
And here's what I'm looking forward to, is after the match, Renee Young doing the interview.
The interview with who?
Well, the new champion, Nakamura.
Why are you looking forward to that?
Because I'm curious as to what he's going to say.
So he has you intrigued enough to want to not only see him win, but hear him talk about winning.
Jinder Mahal should retain. He has done everything that has been asked of him.
You would not book him to do so. I think you, in this case, said he will win, not you would book him to win.
If I'm booking this show, I am booking the show.
You are, yes, you are booking this show.
If I'm booking it, then I want Jinder Mahal to win. It's not going to happen, but Jinder Mahal should win. Because I still think that there's money with Nakamura chasing Mahal. The international market could be on fire because Mahal chasing Nakamura is no good.
Fair enough. Folks, that's Be the Booker for WWE SummerSlam,
It's hot
which is
here.
this Sunday on the WWE Network. That's the heat you bring to this show each and every week.
Yes, I do.
If this man had his way, Neville would become the Cruiserweight Champion again. Finn Balor defeats Bray Wyatt. Big Cass defeats Big Show, but maybe Enzo and Cass are in cahoots, if you will, on this.
I can't do it.
Alexa Bliss.
Can't do it.
I'm sorry?
No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep Mahal.
Do you think these are the same conversations occurring in backstage areas of WWE right now?
Absolutely.
Who wins this match?
Yes.
Alexa Bliss.
Here's why, because there's
retains
no
the
heat
women's
for that
championship.
match. Where's the heat?
Maybe you can make some.
How?
Maybe the odds are tremendously stacked against Nakamura in the matchup.
They should be. I hope they are.
Ambrose and Rollins become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Brock Lesnar retains the Universal Championship. Rusev defeats Randy Orton. And the New Day versus the Usos. Who'd you have there, David Hero? The New Day.
No, I have the Usos.
No, you had the Usos winning and retaining their championships. They are the current champions, right? No, they're not. The New Day are.
New Day.
New Day are. So brand new champions again when the titles hop back and forth. It's hard to keep track. AJ Styles retaining his United States Championship over Kevin Owens. Baron Corbin getting the win over John Cena, but cheating to win in some way, shape, or form. And Jinder Mahal. Nope. Nakamura. Nope. Mahal. You got circle gets a square. What is that symbol?
That is not a swastika. Don't even. I know that's what you're thinking because you're looking at it cross-eyed. I may be part German, but not that part. Racist.
Jinder Mahal retains the SmackDown World Heavyweight Championship against Nakamura.
There's going to be a lot of shenanigans in this match.
There has
We have
to be entertained. This could be the opening matchup, and it's not a bad thing on this show because you've got the World Championship, the Universal Championship matchup.
No, this will be second to last.
Really? Just go big all the way up?
Yep.
This card overall, your thoughts?
It's a stacked show.
It's a really stacked show. It starts early on the WWE Network on Sunday.
There's no Hardys. There's no Club. There's no Charlotte.
Well, those could be some of the Enzo and Cass shenanigans because the Club got involved with that situation last Monday on Raw.
Yeah, but there's only room for Enzo in the gimmick cage.
Did Kurt Angle not say or give something to the Hardys for SummerSlam this past Monday on Raw?
I don't know, but Jason Jordan's not on the show.
He's not on the show. Yeah, where is that match between he and Miz?
Miz isn't on the show.
He'll be fine.
How does he not make it to SummerSlam?
Well, they got 12 matches. There's so much time, and it just didn't fit in.
Well,
anyways, that's this special edition of Primetime, folks. We'll be back with you tomorrow with our weekly edition of Primetime. And then on Friday with a brand new episode of this is Be the Booker. That's Feedback Friday. For that one, this is Damian Nelson saying we'll see you tomorrow for Primetime.